హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, నేను మీ రాజేష్ దంతుల. ఈరోజు మనం మెటల్స్ అండ్ నాన్ మెటల్స్లో ఉన్నటువంటి యాక్టివిటీస్ నేర్చుకుందాం. అయితే ఇక్కడ యాక్టివిటీ ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ కలెక్ట్ ద మెగ్నీషియం రిబ్బన్ అండ్ సల్ఫర్ పౌడర్. ఫస్ట్ కలెక్ట్ ద మెగ్నీషియం రిబ్బన్ అండ్ సల్ఫర్ పౌడర్. ఓకే, burn the magnesium ribbon, burn the magnesium ribbon and collect the ash. Burn the magnesium ribbon and collect the ash. Okay, when we burn magnesium ribbon, magnesium oxide is produced. Okay, this is the ash. Collect this ash in china dish. Pour some water. Pour some water to the magnesium oxide ash. Pour some water to the magnesium oxide and stir them. Now test the solution with blue and red litmus papers. Now test this solution blue and red litmus paper. First collect magnesium ribbon and sulfur powder. Burn the magnesium ribbon and collect the ash. When magnesium ribbon burn at presence of oxygen, magnesium oxide, white colored magnesium oxide ash is produced. Now collect this ash in china dish. Add some water to magnesium oxide. Add some water to the magnesium oxide and test the solution. When magnesium oxide add to water, the magnesium oxide dissolving in water, and test the solution with the blue and red litmus paper. But blue litmus paper no change. Blue litmus paper no change. But red litmus paper turns to blue litmus paper. Red litmus paper turns to blue litmus paper. So which substances are turn red litmus to blue litmus? That substances nature is the basic nature. So magnesium oxide nature is basic nature. So all metallic oxides nature is basic nature. So in this activity said that metallic oxide nature basic nature. Metallic oxide nature basic nature. Once again, take magnesium ribbon and sulfur powder. First burn the magnesium ribbon at presence of oxygen. White ash is produced. Collect this ash in china dish. Add some water and stir them. Solution is formed. Magnesium oxide dissolve in water. Solution is formed. Now dip the blue and red litmus paper in the solution. Blue litmus paper no change, but red litmus paper turns to blue litmus paper. So which substances are turned red litmus to blue litmus? That substances are called basic nature substances. Magnesium oxide nature is the basic nature. Magnesium oxide means metallic oxide. So all metallic oxide nature is the basic nature. Next one, take sulfur powder in test tube. Take sulfur powder in test tube. Okay, now hold this test tube with the help of tongs and place Bunsen burner and place on flame of the Bunsen burner. The sulfur powder burn gives fumes. Collect these fumes. Add some water. Collect these fumes. Add some water. Sulfur dioxide gas is produced. First heat the sulfur at presence of oxygen. Sulfur dioxide produced. The sulfur dioxide gas, add some water to the fumes of the sulfur. Okay, now test the solution with blue and red litmus paper. First collect sulfur powder in test tube. Hold the test tube with the help of tongs and place the test tube on Bunsen burner flame. We observe that sulfur fumes are produced. Collect the sulfur fumes and add some water to the sulfur fumes. Okay, and test the solution with the blue and red litmus paper. Red litmus paper no change. Red litmus paper no change. But blue litmus paper turns to red litmus paper. Which substances turn blue litmus to red litmus? That substances nature is the acidic nature. So sulfur dioxide nature is the acidic nature. Sulfur dioxide nature is the acidic nature. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is a non-metal oxide. So all non-metallic oxide nature is acidic nature. All metallic oxide nature is basic nature. All non-metallic oxide nature is acidic nature. Okay. In this activity, what is in this activity? To show that all metallic oxide nature basic nature and all non-metallic oxide nature is the acidic nature. Burning reactions, metals burning reactions in air. Okay, metals reaction in air. Okay, so metal, first take magnesium ribbon. First take magnesium ribbon. All of you remember that magnesium ribbon burning time. Do this activity, teacher assistants. Okay, must wear the suitable eyeglass and magnesium ribbon burning time as far as possible. Maintain distance as far as possible. These three precautions are must. Okay, right. First take magnesium ribbon. Burn at presence of oxygen. Okay, magnesium oxide is produced. Magnesium oxide is produced. So metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Metal oxide. Cu plus O2 gives 2CuO. Here also metal oxide is produced. Next, aluminium 4Al plus 3O2 gives 2Al2O3. So magnesium burn at presence of oxygen, magnesium oxide is produced. Copper burn at presence of oxygen, copper oxide is produced. Aluminium burn at presence of oxygen, Al2O3 is produced. Here aluminium oxide, these all are the metallic oxide. These all metallic oxide nature is the basic nature, but some of this type of metallic oxide dual nature form. Dual nature, how can you say that Al2O3 is dual nature? See, Al2O3 plus HCl. Al2O3 ఇక్కడ acids తో రియాక్ట్ అవుతుంది చూడండి. AlCl3 plus చూడండి ఇక్కడ Al2O3 plus 6HCl 2AlCl3 2AlCl3 రిమైనింగ్ ఏంటమ్మా 3H2O చూడండి బ్యాలెన్స్ అయిందో చెక్ చేసుకోండి. 3 O's ఉన్నాయి 6 H's ఉన్నాయి, బ్యాలెన్స్ అయిపోయింది. సో ఇక్కడ మెటాలిక్ ఆక్సైడ్ అనేది HCl తో రియాక్ట్ అయ్యి సాల్ట్ వాటర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసింది. సో సాల్ట్ వాటర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అయితే దీన్ని న్యూట్రలైజేషన్ రియాక్షన్ అంటాం. బేసిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటేనే యాసిడ్స్ తో రియాక్ట్ అయ్యి సాల్ట్ వాటర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అంటే Al2O3 HCl తో రియాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు అంటే బేస్ లాగా బిహేవ్ చేసింది. సో Al2O3 is a basic nature in this reaction. Next, same Al2O3 react NaOH 2NaOH Na sodium aluminate NaAlO2 sodium aluminate plus H2O is remaining. Sodium aluminate plus ఇక్కడ 2 oxygens complete అయిపోయి ఇంకా రిమైనింగ్ వచ్చేసి H2O. So here also salt and water are produced. In this reaction also salt and water are produced. So here this is base Al2O3 nature is the acidic nature. So this type of oxides are called amphotic oxides. Amphotic oxides means dual nature, basic nature, acidic nature. Sometimes acidic nature, sometimes basic nature. Here acid plus aluminum oxide gives salt water. So here aluminum oxide nature is the basic nature. Here base and aluminum oxide gives salt and water. So aluminum oxide nature here acidic nature. Already you know that neutralization reaction, acids and bases are react together, salt and water are produced. So this reaction is called what is this reaction? Neutralization reaction. So here Al2O3 nature is the amphotic nature. Al2O3 nature is the amphotic nature. But remember that most of the metallic oxide insoluble in water. Most of the metallic oxides insoluble in water, but sodium oxide and potassium oxide soluble in water gives alkalis. Sodium oxide and potassium oxide soluble in water gives alkalis. Okay, which metallic oxides are soluble in water? that substances gives alkalis. That substances gives alkalis. So totally in all reactions we can understand that number of metals, we take number of metals and react at presence of oxygen. At presence of oxygen we observe that sodium and potassium vigorously react with oxygen in open. So in open easily catch fire. So prevent the accidents. Sodium and potassium are immersed in kerosene. Sodium and potassium are immersed in kerosene. Very, very important bit. Which metals are immersed in kerosene? Sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium vigorously react at presence of oxygen in open. So to prevent the accidents, sodium and potassium are immersed in kerosene. Okay. Next, magnesium, aluminum, zinc and lead. Magnesium, aluminum, zinc and lead. These all metals react with oxygen, form oxide layer on the surface of the metal. This layer prevent the further oxidation. Okay. Next one. Iron does not burn at presence of oxygen, but iron fillings burn vigorously. Next one, copper does not burn oxygen, but hot copper form a black colored oxide layer on the surface. Surface of the metal. Okay. So next remaining silver Ag, argentinum, gold Au. Silver and gold does not react with oxygen, does not burn. Okay, at high temperature, even high temperature also does not react. Even high temperature also silver and iron does not react. Very, very important. Which metals does not react even high temperature with oxygen? Silver and iron. Very, very important bit. Okay. What happens? Reaction of metals with water. Actually, metals react with water. Metal oxide plus hydrogen is produced. Okay, this metal oxide further react with water, gives metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide are produced. Okay, potassium or sodium. Potassium 2K plus 2H2O. 2K plus 2H2O gives 2KOH plus H2. 2KOH plus 2. So potassium react with water, hydroxide and hydrogen gas, and some heat energy also evolved. So this one is a exothermic reaction. Next, sodium also 2Na plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH plus H2 plus here also heat energy is liberated. This heat, so these two are the exothermic reaction. These two are the violently react with water, cold water. So potassium and sodium both are violently react with cold water, hydroxides and hydrogen, and some heat energy is released. But calcium less violently react with water. Calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen are produced. Here also some heat energy released, but this heat energy not help to burn the hydrogen. Okay. So next one, potassium, sodium, calcium, complete. Next to calcium float on the water, float on the surface of the metal, float on the surface. Okay, here bubbles are formed. These bubbles are helpful to calcium float on the surface. Okay, next one, magnesium. Magnesium does not react with cold water, but potassium, sodium, calcium, these all are react with cold water. Magnesium does not react with cold water, but magnesium react with hot water. Magnesium react with hot water. Magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, here also magnesium, here also some bubbles are formed. These bubbles are helpful to magnesium stick on the surface of the metal. Okay, now stick on the surface. Amma. This metal also float, stick on the surface. Okay, calcium and calcium with cold water float on the stick on the surface. But magnesium does not react with cold water, but float on the stick on the surface. When magnesium react with hot water. Next, okay, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead. These all metals does not react with cold and hot water. These all metals does not react with cold and hot water, but react with steam. But react with steam. Okay, once remember, these three react with cold water. These two are violently reacted. This one less violently. Magnesium react hot water. Aluminum, zinc, iron, lead. These does not react with cold and hot water, but react with steam. Okay, react with steam and produces oxides. Aluminum react with steam. Aluminum react with steam, Al2O3 plus 3H2 is produced. Next, iron react with the hot water, the steam. Iron react with steam. Okay, iron react with steam. Fe3O4 plus H2 is produced. Fe3O4 plus 2H2. Fe3O4 plus 2H2 is produced. So here we take 4H2O, 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Okay, so these two are does not react with cold and hot water, but react with steam. Aluminum, iron, lead, zinc also. Aluminum, zinc, iron, lead react with steam, produces oxides and hydrogen gas. Okay. Silver, gold, this type of metals does not react with any all with all ante cold water to react hot water to react steam also. Okay, does not react at all waters. Okay. ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫ్రెండ్స్. నా వీడియో నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, మీ మిత్రులకు షేర్ చేయండి, ఇంకా నా ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయకపోతే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫ్రెండ్స్.